this time, I would ask everyone who is able to please stand for the presentation of colors by the ECU Army National Guard Gold Program and remain standing for our national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's thank Adam Park for his rendition of our national anthem. Thank you, and please be seated. For those of you standing in the back, please feel free to come forward to sit in any of the open seats behind our graduates. ECU has a wonderful tradition in which each incoming class is presented with its own song. These songs are composed by fellow ECU students and performed publicly for the first time during the Welcome to Campus Week in the fall of their freshman year. Here to perform the Class of 2025 fanfare is Dr. Nicholas Myers and the ECU Brass Ensemble. Class of 2025, this is your song. Thank you for attending the December 2025 commencement ceremony. I am Wendell Godwin, President of East Central University. Today we honor and recognize the accomplishments of the 2025 East Central University graduates. Will the distinguished members of the platform party please stand as I introduce you and remain standing? Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. On my left, Dr. Melody Baggage, Professor of Music and today's announcer. Dr. Sarah Peters, Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Jason Prather, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Dr. Jerry Mahelick, Dean of the College of Education and Psychology. Dr. Martin Walling, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences. And Dr. Shirley Mixon, Professor and Director of our Interdisciplinary Studies Program and ECU's Senior Faculty Member. On my right, Lieutenant Governor Chris Anatubby, our commencement speaker for today's ceremony. Dr. Ellen Bittner, the CEO of the Regional University System of Oklahoma. Dr. Ken Andrews, Dean of the College of Health and Sciences. Dr. Michael Scott, Dean of the Stonecipher School of Business. And Dr. Jeffrey Gibson, Provost and Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. You may be seated. Finally, it's my pleasure to recognize ECU's accomplished and dedicated faculty, who truly are experts in their respective fields. Will the faculty please stand and be recognized? Today, you may notice that several of our faculty and administrators are proudly wearing first-generation honors stoles. These stoles signify that the wearer was the first in their family to earn a four-year college degree. As part of ECU's first-generation initiative, our faculty chose to wear these stoles to stand in solidarity with our first-generation graduates and to celebrate the courage, resilience, and determination it takes to be the first. We are proud of our first-generation Tigers and the faculty who continue to pave the way for future generations. Thank you very much. At this time, East Central University would also like to acknowledge and honor the original caretakers of these lands, the Wichita, Caddo, Apache, Comanche, and the Kiowa peoples, and their eventual successors, the Chickasaw Nation, who have since made significant contributions to the success and development of East Central University and the larger Ada community in general. East Central University exists because of the foresight of the community leaders and the generosity of Chickasaw citizen Daniel Hayes. Now it is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker this morning, Lieutenant Governor Chris Anatubby. Lieutenant Governor Anatubby began his career with the Chickasaw Nation in 1997 as a staff pharmacist and has since dedicated nearly 3 decades to achieving health care, innovation, and public service for the Chickasaw people. His leadership has spanned pharmacy services, health technology, economic development, and oversight of major medical centers across the nation. As Lieutenant Governor, he has helped lead the Chickasaw Nation's pandemic response and guided the expansion of criminal justice responsibilities following the McGirt versus Oklahoma decision. Throughout his career, he has shown an enduring commitment to service and the long-term well-being of the Chickasaw Nation. Please join me in welcoming my friend and Lieutenant Governor, Chris Anatubby.
We say in Chickasaw country, Chukma. Chukma, good morning. It's good to be here. It's good to share this moment with you. It's such an honor to deliver the commencement address to the 2025 graduating class of East Central University. Thank you, President Godwin, for extending this opportunity. And thank you, distinguished guests and alumni. Thank you, faculty. And thank you and congratulations again to the graduating class. I'm Chris Anatubby, as mentioned. I'm honored and privileged to serve as Lieutenant Governor of the great unconquered and unconquerable Chickasaw Nation. Now, when the President asked me to do this, I thought, well, why me? I've not really done this before, and I might have a hard time finding something to say. I was a little nervous, and I thought, well, instead of trying to think back to my commencements, and I was thinking, well, I can't really remember who gave our commencement addresses, and I just kept thinking, and the more people I asked, it was like, yeah, I remember who it was, and then I was like, what is wrong with me? I can't remember. But the fun part of today is that it's not about me. It's about you, the accomplished graduates of East Central University. So my hope is maybe as a Chickasaw pharmacist and a travel leader who also attended East Central, I can leave you with what I might call it in our industry some good medicine. So now I really did wonder what to say, and my father is a living legend as far as I'm concerned and a great tribal leader. And so I went to Governor Anatubby to ask him for some guidance, since he's probably done dozens of these things over his 50-year career. And he said, well, Chris, I would try and stay away from lecturing them. That's pretty simple but good advice, don't you think? And he said, well, you might try to inspire them or just celebrate their achievement. And I thought, oh, I can definitely celebrate. I can celebrate the achievement, but how in the world would I inspire you? So I thought, what inspires me? And specifically, who inspires me? So instead of giving you a lecture, which I'll make a deal with you, I know there's a pool probably going on for the length of time I'll talk about this, and I told him beforehand, I said, I bet the under, okay? So instead of giving you a lecture, because I know you've all had enough lectures, I thought maybe I'll just share a story. But before I do, just humor me, and I want you to take a moment and picture in your mind what a photo of you might look like in 20 years. I know that's kind of tough to reach out there, but if you would, just humor me. Think in your mind 20 years, or maybe even 30 years. How would you frame that shot? Would you see a doctor, an attorney, an accountant? What would you be doing? Would you be in some awesome tropical location, or maybe at the top of Mount Everest? Or maybe just in the backyard at the barbecue, And as you think about that picture, would you be smiling? Would you be happy? Would you be satisfied? Now, hang on to that picture. I'm hoping some of you took that picture. I want to come back to it a little bit later. Now I want to get back to my story, the story of my inspiration, and this is a story about my father, the governor of the Chickasaw Nation, Governor Bill Anatubby. But to me, at least privately, Dad, He was born in Denison, Texas. He was the youngest of 6 children. He lost his father when he was around 3 years old, and his mother, now a widow, moved the family back to Tishomingo, Oklahoma, where he graduated from Tishomingo High School. He played football. He was active in student government. He graduated from Murray State College and then later enrolled here at East Central and got an accounting degree. Go Tigers. And while in college, he also served in the Army National Guard with the rank of Staff Sergeant, and he also commanded a light truck platoon. He also married the love of his life, my mother, Janice, during this time. And when he graduated, he worked at a few companies doing finance and accounting, but he found his career in 1975 when he joined the Chickasaw Nation as the Director of Tribal Health Services. In 1978, he was appointed Special Assistant and Controller by Governor Overton James. And in 1979 and 1983, he was elected as the Chickasaw Nation's first Lieutenant Governor, and later was elected Governor in 1987, a position he's been reelected to for 10 consecutive terms. That's pretty amazing. And in all that time serving the Chickasaw Nation, he was able to achieve a balance between family and work, and he is an amazing father, and he and my mother remain my heroes to this day. Over the years, the Chickasaw Nation has faced much adversity, and the governor of the Chickasaw Nation's had to deal, with all that adversity. And we've been forced into several battles for the continued sovereignty of the Chickasaw Nation and its people. And through all of it, I saw his determination, hard work, his belief in people, and his ability to envision the future. And I asked my dad once, how do you do it? And the best of my recollection, how do you do it for so long? And best of my recollection, he said, I choose to see the adversity not as problems or challenges, but as opportunities. It's an opportunity to work together with others and build strong solutions to problems. And I try every day to live by that same philosophy, to reframe any negative self-talk in my mind and choose to see the positive, the opportunity. Now, I got to pause here just a second and say I've seen some challenges myself since becoming lieutenant governor, and the Chickasaw Nation as well. Now, many of them could be very overwhelming. I mean, I'm going to name a few things because, I joined the ticket. I'm trying to think back. I'm just going to list them here. So when I became lieutenant governor, within the first year in the position, the Chickasaw Nation was faced with a gaming compact dispute with the state, a worldwide pandemic, and then a huge Supreme Court decision that greatly expanded our public safety responsibilities, but it also reaffirmed the Chickasaw Nation reservation area. I thought, man, as soon as I get into this position, look at what's going on. I mean, am I bad luck or something? I mean, this is really weird. But thank goodness my mentor, my inspiration is the GOAT. He had seen it all before, except for perhaps the worldwide pandemic. And it reminded me to reframe my thinking, take each challenge one step at a time, and just keep going. And as I wrap this up, and I promise you it's getting closer to the end, I have 5 points I want to leave you with as you begin to frame your future. 1, celebrate. Take the time to celebrate the small wins, the big ones, days like today, and remember them and take time to commemorate them. Days when you pick yourself up off the mat after being knocked around by a life challenge, celebrate. And perhaps one day, when you meet a special someone, have a child, or land a dream job, celebrate. Or even when you actually remember to take out the garbage on trash day. Trust me, folks, on some days, that's a win. Celebrate. Second point, and I'm not the world's best at this, but write things down. Take notes. Keep records. Doing this can help you personally. Writing things down improves your memory, reduces the... Okay, maybe it's time to shut it down. It's not on.
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Go ahead and have a seat. We'll have a pause. Okay, it's still on. It's still on. We got you back. We don't want to miss those last 3 points. I promise. Those are the best.
These are awesome. Awesome. Well, I was like, man, that's a signal. Thank you. It takes all the nervousness out of it. Now, write things down. It can help others. Some of you might go out and find a cure for a disease, for goodness sake. And if you do, I hope you take the time to write it down. Keeping records can also help provide historic context. Now, maybe we might not all do something that's going to be earth-shattering and significant to the world, but perhaps those records, those writings will have historic value to your loved ones, maybe even future generations of your family. Those little notes and writings, those records, ultimately become a part of your legacy. Number 3, try not to take yourself so seriously. Now, I have a problem with this one at times. Many of you may be entering into serious career fields. People's lives might even be in your hands. But even then, it's all right to be vulnerable, to be human, No one is perfect. Ask questions, learn from others. Don't let the stress of the moment overwhelm you or control your life. See the humor in situations, all situations. Find the good and, most importantly, laugh and have a good time. Studies do show that laughter not only soothes tension, but it can also improve your immune system, increase oxygen flow to your body, and even relieve pain. Sounds like good medicine, huh? And the fourth one is join a team, and that's a big reason why I love the Chickasaw Nation, which we're nearly 15,000 strong. We have a great team. When you have a team by your side, you don't have to be great at everything. And I'm sure if you think about it, there must be something you're not too great at. So remember when I said to keep records? I'm not that great at it, but my team is. Find partners and colleagues that can shore up your own limitations in skill and knowledge, and together people can achieve much. My fifth and final point is find a place to serve. The more you help others and contribute to the quality of their lives, the more it will enrich your life. Mahatma Gandhi said, the best way to find yourself is in the service of others. When you're framing the picture of your future self, I hope that image will be of a person whose life was enriched because they transcended self and found purpose in the service of others. And when I look back on my life, I'm reminded of a little picture I had in my office at one point. And in that picture, my infant son is wearing this little t-shirt, and on it, it says, "My dad's a pharmacist. He helps people." I love that shirt. I hope the photo I'm remembered with tells this story, that I helped people, that I was happy and enjoyed life, and that I took the time to celebrate. I hope when people see the frame of my life that I was surrounded by people that loved and cared for me, a great team. And I hope that one day when you look back on your life, you too will have lived a rich life. You had many victories to celebrate. You were loved and respected by many. You let your hair down and took some time to smile. You took the time down to write down lessons learned and shared your wisdom with others. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, you cared about and contributed to others. That the frame of your picture, your future, depicts a life well lived and legacy worth passing on. The Chickasaw Nation has benefited greatly through the work and dedication of many East Central University graduates. And as a shameless recruiter, I would say please keep us in mind as you're looking for a job in the future. ECU graduates go on to make an impact in the community, the state of Oklahoma, and the United States, and even across the world. And I have no doubt you too will make a positive impact in your future endeavors. Now, before I leave, will any of you remember who gave your commencement speech? Well, just in case, my name's Chris Anatubby, and I gave the speech. Thank you. I offer final congratulations to the class of 2025, and I'm actually pretty envious you're about to get to do something at this great university that I've never earned the honor to do. So without further ado, Mr. President, let's get this party started.
Good morning. Would the candidates for graduate degrees please rise? President Godwin, as Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, it is my honor to present to you the December 2025 candidates for Education Specialist, the Master in Management, the Master of Arts, the Master of Education, the Master of Science, the Master of Science in Accounting, the Master of Science in Human Resources, the Master of Science in Psychological Services, and the Master of Science in Water Resource Policy and Management. The candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the four named degrees, and representing the graduate faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Graduating master degree students, as president of East Central University, acting for and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Education Specialist, the Master in Management, the Master of Arts, the Master of Education, the Master of Science, the Master of Science in Accounting, the Master of Science in Human Resources, the Master of Science in Psychological Services, and the Master of Science in Water Resource Policy and Management, with all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto. And now, would the candidates for master's degrees, you're already standing, you're doing great work.
Benita Pandy. Brett Cunningham. Jeremy Travis. Justin Davis. Grace Tomlin. Alexis Wagner Thomas. Jordan Scott. Courtney Waggle. Sam Hale Jr. Michelle Reinhart. Stacy Bianco. Jalen Walker. Maya Moore. Jody Winchester. Aaron Bergner. Casey Prestige. Devin Veeney. Colton Hodges. Valerie Slaughter. Jason Pucciarelli. Mason Glowacki. Antonio Farrington. Caitlin Wynn. Blair Andrus. Todd Gentry. Danielle O'Daniel. Jerry Bryant. Shelby Glynn. Link David Logan. Joshua Salyer. Paul Ndiege Jr. McKenna Leveling. Floyd Ross. Mili Gamire. Jackson Mitchell. Martinez Hill, Jr. James Castillo. Jamie Jones. Melissa Rock. Heather Westbury. Tanner Smith. Brittany Mariano. Matthew Bless. Nayeli Delgado. Caden Compton. Nora Gaylor. Liberty Murray. Logan Thompson. Carly Keener. Devin Williamson. Mackenzie Ray. Davina Gregory. Matthew David Arend.
The
University Honors Program exists in order to provide exceptional and challenging academic opportunities for undergraduates at East Central University. Throughout the enriched course of studies, honors students must maintain a successful grade point average and complete additional graduation requirements. These students are noted in your program. Would the graduating members of the honors program please stand as a group and be recognized? At each commencement, we have graduates who have earned an outstanding grade point average for both total college work and work at East Central University while pursuing their bachelor's degrees. Students who have earned academic achievement, high academic achievement, and highest academic achievement are noted in the commencement program. Academic achievement is awarded to students earning grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79. Would these students please stand as a group to be recognized? High academic achievement is awarded to students earning a grade point average of 3.8 to 3.99. Would these students please stand as a group to be recognized? And finally, highest academic achievement is awarded to students earning a perfect grade point average, or 4.0. Would these students please stand as a group to be recognized? And now, would the candidates for the bachelor's degree please stand? President Godwin, as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, it is my honor to present to you the Fall 2025 degree candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Social Work, and the Bachelor of Science in Education. The candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the forenamed degrees, and representing the faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Bachelor's degree students, as president of East Central University, acting for and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Social Work degree. With all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto, please come forward to accept your diploma.
Benjamin Farrell. Haley Meyer. Claire Moore. Zachary Dickey. Cole Crosswhite. Joel Langley. Haley Gregg. Brinkley Bone. Allison Butler. Macy McAmis. Alexia Samantha Mendoza. Kelly Reed. Natasha Weedle. Lakshmi Buratoki. Shreya Maharjan. Antigona Baruti. Flora Mandala. Sharon Jazang. Sheila Chariot. Valentine Cherop. Katie Triplett. Ashley Bless. Say it again. Jamaica Graves. Elena Bays. Emily Gregg. Taylor Lane. Kira or Kiera? Okay. Kiera Hardwick. Teola Washington. Lakin Tinkler. Christina Bain. Allison Randall. Aishwarya Pradhan. Tanya Espinoza. Emily Hamilton. Sydney Mack Wise. Oliver Kiptu Jr. Rachna Sainzu. Pratiksha Thapa. Philip Jack II. Robin Mitchell. Kashina Rollins. Allie Letting. Nicholas Albright. Xavier Maddox. Hayden Billingsley. Brooks Rigney. Bryce Bodkin. Ty Dodd. Reese Connor. Anna Musil. Allison Mendoza. Macy Shoemaker. Virgil Hood. Hyatt Hoppy. Maxwell Johnson. Trinity Benson. Two Trinities. Trinity Taylor. Haley Carpenter. Tori Smith. Delana Knight. Amy Hartman. Trevin Cole. Brianna Jo Davis. McKinley Welch. Mackenzie Berry. Jolie Welch. Melissa Harbin. Messed up. April Salazar. Sashank Takali. Prakyat Nirola. Tashi Dolma Sherpa. Muna Bista. Leanne Aguilar. Mariah Whitner. Lauren Nichols. Caitlin Childress. Amanda Martin. Jonathan Stinnett. Katie Tibbs. Jessica Miller. Samantha Wren. Audrey Daly. Abby Toma. Caden McDonald. Caitlin Wright. Madeline Larman. Catherine Scott Lang. Brooke Berry. McKinley Akins. Jamie Parsons. Grant Strecker. Carly Sanders. Juliette Yakini. Taylin Middendorf. Elijah Babb. Peyton Brewer. Dominic Choate. Sean Carmichael. Mackenzie Stevens. Stella Wilson. Anthony Guston Jr. Kanan Miller. Nathaniel David Holliday. Dominique Sky Westfall. Ruth Daniel. Bailey Crawford. Carly Dicketts. Lily Hammonds. Kaylin Gore. JC Kite. Naomi Limatuke. Jace Milburn. Benjamin Niblett. Taylor Lawrence. Noah Poole. Raymond Minnis Jr. Logan Yancey. August Murray. Melinda Perkins. Joshua Reeves. Justin Martin. Jessica Spears. Crystal Brashears. How do you do anything with those fingernails? Corey Williams. Colin Maxwell. Haven Hilton. Cody Norris. Dwayne Paul Hill Jr. Treyer Edwards. Oh, there it is. Hi, Mrs. Moonman. Derek Culpepper. Okay, I'm good. How are you? Derek Culpepper. Holly Hendley. Elena Fust. Braden Lynch. Ambry Gabrielle Morris. Colton Campbell. Alexandra Skull. Justine Holt McGuire. Alexis Appling. Hannah Finney. Jacob Jones. I didn't know you were a senior. Sage Garcia. Angelica Cruz. Amber Honeycutt. Mackenzie Kent. Casey Nicole De La Rosa. Stephanie Maldonado. Alexander Osornio. Carly Trammell. Bobby Morton. Jessica Torres. Crystal Rojas. Kennedy. Some dirt dude up there with his shirt off. Kennedy Ingram. Kendall Hammond. Carly Hendrickson. Hayden Hamilton. Amrit Sunar. Grisma Adhikari. Rajiv Kati. Leticia Loreno Pisano. Destry Cloud. Sky Mothersole. Emily Swift. Emily Bellis. Kashisha. Harley Elise Gregory. Callie Manning. Megan Mitzner. Don Harris Jr. Ankit Basnet.
Students, you were presented earlier with an alumni lapel pin representing your new status as an alumnus of this university. Welcome to your new role. I now ask that you please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap, indicating your status as a graduate of East Central University. This degree is your ticket to lifelong learning. Use it well and use it often. In closing, may I share with you some final words of wisdom that were found on the wall of an orphanage in a third world country. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. When you spend years building, someone could destroy everything overnight. Build anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is all between you and your God anyway. Graduates, we are all proud of you. To everyone, good luck, and may God bless you all.
Please stand and join me in singing our alma mater. The words are at the bottom of the back page of your program. Hail, oh, hail our alma mater, loyal, brave, and strong. To thee with voices ever ringing comes our victory song. Love and honor, strength and courage, these we pledge on you. Hail, oh, hail our alma mater, hail, oh, we see you. You are dismissed.